I think that The Matrix gave me a gout attack. I watched that shit yesterday and I woke up today with pain. So that's cool. The good news though is that it's just pain. It can't hurt you. Yeah, I watched the new Matrix. I would say I would review it. If I had to give it a score, I would give it a 0 out of 10. Not only is it a terrible movie, it's terrible for humankind. If that's acceptable as a movie by anyone, it means that my faith in humanity is lowered. It's a symbol. It's more than a movie. You remember yesterday I got on someone's case who said it's offensively bad? I said, offensively bad? How could it be? It is. It's offensively bad. I almost turned it off, but I thought that I'd have more... I'm better off finishing it. But I would recommend you don't watch it. It's terrible. The entire movie feels like a Super Bowl commercial. You know how they have really high quality Super Bowl commercials that are kind of like, remember that, dude? Remember they had like I swear they've done this before, where you watch the Super Bowl commercial and you think, are they making a sequel to The Big Lebowski or whatever? It feels like a movie. That's how this movie feels. It feels like a movie, but it's a commercial.
Thank you.
And it's not because they're advertising anything. It's because it's so shitty. The idea, the premise of the movie is so crazy shitty that for it to get off just the cutting room floor with that premise is just a massive disappointment. I don't know if that's a spoiler. Do you think it's a spoiler to talk about the premise of the movie? Nothing, like, it's not a spoiler. The reason Neo and Trinity still exist is because the Matrix, the robots, whoever controls the Matrix, revived them, or what do you call that? Resurrected them. And in the resurrected version of Thomas Anderson and whatever Trinity's name is, Thomas Anderson is a game developer. Follow along with me, dude. So, they resurrected Thomas Anderson, who is Neo, and the resurrected version in the new Matrix is a game developer. Now, hang on. I hope you're sitting down. This Neo, who is a game developer, is famous. In this new version of The Matrix, he's famous, world famous, because he developed a trilogy of games called The Matrix. He envisioned the idea for a game trilogy called The Matrix. And the reason he had these visions, they were flashbacks of the previous Neo, the one who experienced the original 3 movies, and that's the basic premise of this movie. I'm not making this up. I swear to God. The new Agent Smith is the reincarnation of the original Agent Smith, but in the new movie, he is Neo's boss / partner in his gaming developing company.
Thank you.
I'm not making this up, dude. This is true shit. I'm not making this up. He's a game developer. Thomas Anderson is a game developer, world famous because he developed a game called The Matrix. And that's not even the movie. That's just the premise of the movie. I would be embarrassed if I were anyone involved with that movie. There are so many things to make fun of. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It's one of the worst movies. Did you hear the premise? It went right over my head. What did? It's not still the same Neo. He's resurrected. Don't you remember the scene? They talked about it in the movie. They brought him back. I mean, it's the same Neo. Yeah, alright, fine. Same Neo, whatever. It's the same Neo. That's why he remembered the sick game he made. Yeah, alright, who cares? Are you seriously, like, are there gonna be people who like this? And defend it? I didn't think about that. If there are gonna be people who like this movie and defend it, I would say those are the types of people I don't want to be around.
Thank you.
Damn, no way.
Thank you.
And that's not even including the ideas that are present in the movie. There are so many that are awful.
Thank you.
The new Morpheus is a digital Morpheus. He's not a real person. He's like a robot. And he is the Matrix's, like, there needs to be a Morpheus. So he's like a robot Morpheus. He's like a digital Morpheus. And the old Morpheus is referenced. What about, like, dude, Will Smith's wife? What's her name? Jada Smith or whatever? She was in the original Matrix, and her character is in the new one. But it's a completely different person, and it's obvious. Like, they just made her old. And it's really weird. They also show clips of the original trilogy, like it'll be like Morpheus, and then it'll flash back to pictures of Morpheus and shit. But in the context of the movie, those are images and flashbacks of the game. The game. Yeah, I'm not making that up. The Matrix trilogy is a game in this movie based on events that allegedly actually occurred to Thomas Anderson. Doogie Howser, they took out the main antagonist from Matrix, Agent Smith, and they replaced him with Doogie fucking Howser, dude? Are you kidding me? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Doogie Howser? That shit gave me gout. I should have turned it off, but I figured I'd, might as well finish it. Oh, by the way, I owe you an apology. Yesterday I was saying there's no way it's gonna be much worse than the Avengers or something like that. It's so much worse than the Avengers. The Avengers is trash, okay? Straight up. It's not good. I mean, let's be honest with each other. The Incredible Hulk and Spider-Man figure out how to travel back in time.
Thank you.
With Thor. All right, let's just level with each other here. That is what happens in Avengers, right? That movie is so much better. It's like so much better than The Matrix. This new Matrix is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It really is. It's embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed if I was anyone involved with that movie. It's embarrassing. It really is. I think it is. It's awful. It looks so weird. I don't see how it manages to look the way it does. It looks like it's really cheap and super high budget at the same time. I don't understand how it does that. You know what I mean? Have you seen it? It just has this feeling of like a commercial, but a really expensive commercial. Like Netflix. It's kind of like a Netflix movie, I guess. That feel of really good picture quality, but for some reason it looks like homemade and shit. Dude, it was awful. I wouldn't watch it. I really wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't be curious. Don't be curious. It's awful. Terrible. Terrible. Gave me fucking gout. Any good action scenes at least? No, dude. The action in the movie was the type of action where you can't see what's going on. Like, it's just really quick action cuts. No, like, I know what you're thinking. Like, Matrix, let's see some punching and kicking and sick shit. But it wasn't like that. It was really, like, fast cuts. Lots of, like, just people, like, there were a lot of, I guess one of the gimmicks in the movie is, you remember how, like, in the old Matrixes, any human could be an agent. So it would be like, a guy would be like, hey, get out of my kitchen, and then all of a sudden he's an agent, and then he's gonna shoot Neo. You remember that? So the new version of that concept is like something called the Swarm or the Hive, where all humans get like green eyes and they just become like zombies and they go after these guys who are in the Matrix. It's kind of like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like the Borg, I guess. Yeah, they just become aggressive like zombies. And what's the point of that? Oh yeah. So the reason why I bring that up is in the action of the movie, there's always like 1,000 dudes around. So basically the point is most of the fight scenes are very busy. There's like 40 dudes in there at the same time. So it's kind of hard to really appreciate the action. It sucks, dude. It's terrible. Really bad. I would say not even entertaining. Like, dude. Yeah. I would say it's 0 out of 10. 0. Avengers was way better, and I think Avengers sucks. It was way better. Way better. At least I had a smile on my face.
Thank you.
You know, I was watching it, and I was thinking about, like, Incredible Hulk wearing a lab coat and inventing time travel. Like, I was sitting there smiling. Matrix, dude? I was frowning. Big time frowning. I couldn't believe it, dude. I couldn't believe it. I had to take breaks from the movie every like 30 minutes to pop into a Twitch chat and say, dude, this movie is fucking awful. Enter. See ya. And then I'd go back to the movie. The shit was fucking crazy bad, dude. Crazy bad. Jesus. It's worse than Silent Hill, the movie. I recently watched Silent Hill, the movie, and I thought that movie was garbage. Garbage. It's so much worse than that movie. Dude, it's the worst movie. It's like the worst movie. It's crazy bad. Thomas Anderson is a famous game developer for developing a game called The Matrix. It's crazy bad. Even right off the ground, I don't know how they managed to even make that movie. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the new Resident Evil movie. I'm going to. Now, this was really a good plan. Watching this movie means that no matter what I watch next is gonna be better. Think about that. So the new Resident Evil movie is about to be good because of this movie. That shit's about to be good. I'm telling you, this movie is so bad. So bad. It's like, dude, put a piece of shit in your mouth and then eat food. Shit's about to be delicious, right? That's how it's gonna be. No one could have ever warned me about this. I would have never believed them. Yesterday, someone said it's offensively bad, and I yelled at him. I was like, how could it be offensively bad? You're just a bitch. I was right about him being a bitch, but he was right about it being offensively bad. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that while I was watching the movie. You know, it is just like the new Star Wars. Not the new one, but you remember how this movie basically makes it so you should be embarrassed to be a Matrix fan. And that same thing happened to Star Wars. Star Wars used to be cool. Everyone used to like it. It used to be like, yeah, Star Wars is sick. It's an incredible thing. But then they made the second trilogy, and then they made the third trilogy, and once it's at that point, you should be embarrassed. That shit's embarrassing. Like, if you like Star Wars, you're saying something about yourself if you say it out loud these days, right? Matrix has done that now. It has now entered the realm. You can't even say shit like, oh, the first one's pretty good. I wouldn't even say that. You're gonna catch a fucking shit talking. You can't say that anymore. Matrix sucks. Matrix sucks. This movie's crazy bad. It's crazy. I love the first Matrix. In my whole life, I've never watched a movie more times in the theater than The Matrix 1. I think I watched that movie like 3 times in the theater. You know they redid a bunch of the scenes? I mean, why don't you watch it, dude? Surely there must be something good about Matrix 4, guy. Why don't you check the movie out and then come back and you tell me what stands out as good? What stands out as good to you? What stood out as good? Everything about it was so awful and forgettable. I can't remember a single thing other than how it made me feel. The Matrix tech demo was so much better than the new movie, but that's like, you don't understand it. The fact that you're asking that question means that you're way off. Like, we're not on the same page. The new Matrix movie is insanely bad. It's like, I don't know how else it's poisonous. Damn, man, you got me killed. The movie got me killed. The Matrix makes everything you don't like already seem not that bad. Like, I didn't like Better Call Saul. But you know what? That shit was pretty good. If you think about it. Jesus Christ. Everything that sucks is not that bad. You start to appreciate things. Worse than Street Fighter V? Dude, you don't get it. See what I mean? These questions you're asking show that you're not even ready. You are not ready for the Matrix 4. That shit will blow your mind. It's... I don't know. You have no idea what you're getting into. Is Matrix worse than RE8? Dude, you don't get it. These questions you're asking, they're becoming obnoxious because it feels like... I'm realizing that there's nothing I could say to explain how bad this movie is. The words can't explain it. I think Rip didn't like it either. Like what? Matrix? Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's how you know it's bad. Okay? That is my evidence. Rip is the kind of guy that likes things that suck. That's what he loves. He almost does that shit on purpose. It's part of his, like, fucking build, you know? Obnoxious. He likes things that are trash. He's the reason why trash exists. He's one of those kinds of guys. But he doesn't even like the Matrix 4. He really disliked the Matrix 4. That right there is all the evidence I need. I mean, it is offensively bad. It's truly offensively bad. Thanks for watching it so we don't have to. Dude, you are such a winner if you don't watch it and you're a Matrix fan. Let me tell you something. If you like Matrix and you don't watch Matrix 4, you are the ultimate winner. You win. That shit's crazy. It is terrible. It's insane. Why would they do that? They redid a lot of the scenes. The whole movie feels like a Mad TV sketch in HD. Like, they get new actors to redo scenes. Like, there's a new Morpheus, there's a new Agent Smith. In the movie, they explain the fact that it's a new actor by, like, saying shit like, oh, you know, this is the new Matrix and it's the digital, like, it's the new, this guy is replacing the concept of Morpheus, you know? Shit is crazy. 3 was alright. Man, you know, the worst thing about the new Matrix movie is it's created another one of those fucking things like pineapples on pizza or pouring milk in the bowl before cereal. It's created another one of those things for these fucking bitches who want attention to just be able to say, oh, I love the Matrix 4. Don't at me, bruh. Change my mind. Some stupid fucking internet comments like that. God, sucks! I like the Matrix 4 smile.
The reverberations seem to suggest that we are connected to the outside. A fearsome
Sometimes you just want to leave the planet Earth.
Freedom. But have no fear.
You know? The Matrix is the kind of movie, Matrix 4, it's the kind of movie that makes you want to just leave Earth. Let me just get out of here.
Heavens. Well,
there's nothing left on this planet. We've already, like, depleted it. It's bombed out and depleted. What can I say about Earth that hasn't already been said about Afghanistan? You know? That's how that shit feels.